Hello, Fujifilm colorist here, and today we're going to do a quick look at the Fujifilm XH-1 and 10 reasons why I prefer this over the X-T3. Reason number 1, IBIS. This is Fujifilm's first camera with 5-axis IBIS. So the X-T3 does not have IBIS. I don't particularly miss it, but having IBIS on the XH-1 just gives me the reassurance that I can slow the shutter speed down a little bit further, and the shots are going to be steady, handheld. So that's reason number 1. It has IBIS, 5-axis in-body stabilization. Reason number 2. It's built like a tank, which is what we like to hear. It's magnesium alloy, and it's 25% stronger than the X series. It's just a frame that's reinforced, so it's built like a tank. Obviously, if you drop it, it's not going to do much damage, and it gives you the confidence in your hand that it feels robust. And obviously you don't want to drop your camera, which is why I've got the lugs in place, but it's the feel of the camera which is quite important to me. Number 3 is the grip. Now the grip is quite deep. You can see it's quite deep compared to the X-T3. The X-T3. Now this has got the battery grip on there. Without the battery grip, your fingers have very limited space to grip onto. But on the XH-1, that grip is inherent and built into the camera, and it feels fairly solid, kind of reminiscent of the digital SLR bodies from Nikon. Which I love, the D5000, D7000 series, the 780, 800 and 850, kind of reminiscent of those solid, robust builds. So this is what I kind of miss on the X-T3. It's the build quality and the grip. So reason number 4 is the feather touch shutter button. Now that button here acts as a shock absorber, so especially when you're filming in wildlife and or shooting a wedding or places where your shutter button may matter, and so this is really delicate. A light press, half focus, full press will give you the shutter action. So I do like this button. Some people might find it too sensitive, which is why it's feather touch, because it's a light touch and you can activate your burst mode, and especially if you're shooting wildlife, you just want to run your finger over and not disturb the habitat. It's good for reducing shutter shock. So sometimes if you press the camera too hard, you might have a microsecond of judder, and this will kind of eliminate that because it's fairly sensitive. So that's reason number 4. Reason number 5 is the top LCD screen. It's having this display tells you all the information you need to know. So it's got aperture. I can switch the backlight on. You can see aperture 1.8, ISO set to 200, and as I change it, the value goes up. So you can see at a glance what settings you're on. It's kind of like the old digital SLR cameras of old, like the Nikons and Canons, and so I do love this feature. It's kind of missing on my X-T3, so yeah, great feature to have. top LCD screen. So that's reason number 5. Reason number 6 is the XTRANS 3 sensor. Now, some of you might prefer the older sensor, the newer sensor as well, because the older sensors tend to have more finer grain, and it gives you a filmic look. But if you prefer a new sensor, a sharper image, and you need it for your professional work, and then this camera may not be for you. But and I prefer the old sensors. I prefer the old film look. I have film cameras, and so this kind of mimics, in conjunction with the Fujifilm colors and the film grain, the XTRANS Sensor 3 is almost perfect for me. It gives us that old vintage look. So that's reason number 6. So reason number 7 is the price. Now, the price of this is currently £400 to £500 in 2026. Now, many new entry mirrorless cameras now will cost you twice as much, minimum of £1,000. So where can you get a camera body which is an ex-professional body for £500 or less? I don't think you can. Well, you can with some older digital SLRs, but for a modern mirrorless camera, this offers exceptional value for money. Reason number 8 is the electronic viewfinder. This has a large electronic viewfinder, a good refresh rate. I still prefer the optical viewfinder, if I'm honest. And cameras like the Fujifilm X106, which has both optical and electronic, but this is only electronic, and I don't mind it. I prefer optical, but this one's nice and bright and has a good refresh rate. So that's reason number 8. Reason number 9 is having these external dials, because the X-T3 has the modern dials, the vintage dials, but this is a blend of both. It has the old dials for ISO and shutter speed and a top LCD. The newer XH-2S has a PASM dial and a top screen. The X series has the classic traditional mode dials. So you got shutter speed, ISO, and exposure compensation. And so this is the XH-1 has a blend of both, which is what I love. But the main reason for the XH-1 is the ergonomics. So this has currently got the 35mm f1.8 by TT Artisan. You can see the camera body size is fairly balanced, but what does it look like with a smaller lens or a larger lens? So for example, let's take this off. Let's put the pancake lens, the 27mm f2.8. So you might want to take this out for the street shooting. Okay, it's fairly slim. It feels fairly light. I preferred this on the X-T3 pancake lens, but on the XH-1 it feels really light. It feels compact, non-intrusive, and let's take this off. Let's have a look at one of the bigger lenses, the 90mm XF f2. It's fairly big, but it feels balanced. It doesn't feel too out of place. It doesn't feel top heavy. This is where the XH-1 body excels, because of its chunky size it able to balance the larger lenses much better. So lenses like the 16 to 55 f2.8, or maybe the 50 to 140 f2.8, those lenses are quite big, and it would balance well on camera body like this. Hope you find this useful, and if you have, please give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye for now.